They came seeking fortune, a chance at a better life, and the hope of new opportunities. Thousands of miles across the ocean, they landed on American shores, braving the unknown. These weren't the pilgrims of old, though. They were a new wave of pioneers. These were Chinese immigrants in the mid-1800s, and their story is one of hardship, resilience, and a fight for belonging that continues to this day. They faced numerous challenges, from language barriers to cultural differences. It's a history filled with surprising twists and turns, starting with the fact that these early arrivals, often depicted as laborers, were actually quite diverse. They included merchants, artisans, and skilled workers, and even former government officials. Their contributions were multifaceted and significant. These early Chinese immigrants were drawn by the allure of gold, the promise of wealth and prosperity. But they quickly became essential to the fabric of American society, taking on jobs that others wouldn't, building businesses, and establishing vibrant communities. They worked on railroads, in mines, and in agriculture. Their story is woven into the very fabric of the United States, a testament to the human spirit's ability to overcome adversity. They built tight-knit communities and preserved their cultural heritage. Yet, their contributions were often met with prejudice and discrimination, a stark reminder of the complexities of American history. The Chinese Exclusion Act of 1882 was a significant blow. This essay delves into the captivating and often overlooked history of Chinese immigration to the United States. It explores the rich tapestry of their experiences. From the gold fields of California to the halls of Congress, we'll uncover the struggles and triumphs of a people who helped shape a nation. Their legacy is profound and enduring. We'll explore how they challenged stereotypes, overcame adversity, and fought for their rights, and left an indelible mark on American culture and identity. Their influence is seen in various aspects of American life, from cuisine to festivals, and their story continues to inspire future generations. Word of gold in California spread like wildfire in the 1840s, captivating the imaginations of people from all walks of life. The news reached across the vast Pacific Ocean to a China grappling with its own turmoil and uncertainty. The Taiping Rebellion, a devastating civil war, had ravaged the country, leaving many in search of a new beginning and a glimmer of hope. America, with its promise of opportunity and untold wealth, seemed like the answer to their prayers. However, the journey was perilous and fraught with danger. Cramped conditions on overcrowded ships, seasickness, and disease were constant threats that loomed over the travelers. Many perished before ever setting foot on American soil, their dreams of prosperity ending in tragedy. Those who survived the arduous journey arrived in a land vastly different from their own, filled with both promise and uncertainty. Language barriers, cultural differences, and the sheer unfamiliarity of their surroundings made for a daunting start in this new world. Despite the overwhelming challenges, the Chinese came in droves, driven by the hope of a better future. By the early 1850s, their numbers had swelled to tens of thousands, each with their own story of perseverance and ambition. They were drawn not just by the allure of gold, but also by the opportunity to create a better life for themselves and their families back home, hoping to send money and support. They toiled tirelessly in the gold mines, often facing dangerous conditions and rampant discrimination from other miners and local authorities. They were paid significantly lower wages than their white counterparts, and were often relegated to the least desirable and most hazardous claims. Yet, their spirit remained unbroken, and their determination unwavering. They were resourceful, adaptable, and determined to succeed, taking on various jobs and supporting one another in their endeavors. They formed their own communities, establishing Chinatowns that offered a sense of familiarity, support, and cultural preservation in a foreign land. These early Chinese immigrants, despite facing immense challenges and hardships, laid the foundation for what would become a vibrant and influential Chinese-American community, contributing significantly to the cultural and economic fabric of the nation. The discovery of gold wasn't the only factor drawing Chinese immigrants to America. While the allure of striking it rich in the gold mines was strong, there were other opportunities that beckoned. As the nation expanded westward, the need for a transcontinental railroad became increasingly apparent. This ambitious project promised to connect the vast American landscape, bridging the gap between the East and the West. This monumental task required a massive labor force, one that white Americans were reluctant to provide, given the dangerous and grueling nature of the work. The construction sites were perilous, with workers facing constant threats from the environment and the sheer physical demands of the job. Chinese laborers, already accustomed to hardship and discrimination, stepped in to fill the void. They brought with them a resilience and work ethic that proved invaluable to the project. They faced treacherous terrain, harsh weather conditions, and the ever-present danger of explosions and rock slides. The work was not only physically demanding but also life-threatening, with many laborers enduring extreme conditions to lay the tracks. Thousands of Chinese workers lost their lives during the construction of the Transcontinental Railroad. Their contributions were essential, yet their sacrifices often went unrecognized. They worked tirelessly, often for less pay than their white counterparts, blasting through mountains, laying track across vast plains and bridging rivers. Their efforts were instrumental in overcoming the numerous challenges posed by the diverse American landscape. Their skill and determination were crucial to the completion of this engineering marvel that connected the East Coast to the West Coast. The railroad not only symbolized progress, but also the unyielding spirit of those who built it. The completion of the Transcontinental Railroad in 1869 was a pivotal moment in American history. It marked the beginning of a new era of connectivity and economic growth. It facilitated trade, communication, and travel, transforming the nation and paving the way for further westward expansion. The railroad became the backbone of America's growth, enabling the movement of goods and people across the continent. Yet the Chinese laborers who played such a vital role in its construction were often relegated to the footnotes of history. Their stories and contributions were overshadowed by the broader narrative of American progress. Their sacrifices and contributions, though largely ignored at the time, deserve to be remembered and honored. Today, we recognize their unbreakable spirit and the indelible mark they left on American history. As the Chinese community in America grew, so too did a backlash against them. Economic downturns fueled resentment, with white laborers blaming Chinese immigrants for taking their jobs and driving down wages. This economic anxiety was interwoven with racial prejudice, creating a potent mix of fear and anger. Chinese immigrants were often stereotyped as unassimilable, a threat to American values and culture. They were accused of being clannish, of engaging in criminal activities, and of being loyal only to China. These stereotypes, often perpetuated by politicians and the media, created a climate of fear and suspicion. Anti-Chinese sentiment manifested itself in various ways. Discriminatory laws were passed, restricting everything from the types of businesses Chinese immigrants could operate to their ability to own property. Violence against Chinese communities became increasingly common, with mobs attacking Chinatowns, burning businesses, and even lynching residents. This period marked a turning point in the history of Chinese immigration to the United States. What began as a story of opportunity and hope was becoming a tale of exclusion and discrimination. The contributions of Chinese immigrants were increasingly ignored, replaced by a narrative of fear and resentment. The late 19th century marked a dark chapter in the history of Chinese immigration to the United States. Anti-Chinese sentiment grew, fueled by economic fears and racial prejudice. These tensions culminated in the Chinese Exclusion Act of 1882, the first significant law restricting immigration into the United States. This act not only halted the flow of Chinese laborers, but also separated families and disrupted communities. Despite these hardships, the Chinese-American community showed remarkable resilience, finding ways to support one another and preserve their cultural heritage. This period, though fraught with challenges, laid the groundwork for future generations to continue the fight for equality and justice. In the face of adversity, Chinese immigrants showcased remarkable resilience. They weathered countless storms, both literal and metaphorical, holding on to their dreams and aspirations. It was their unwavering spirit that carried them through, despite the many challenges they encountered. During times of national strife, Chinese immigrants found solidarity within their communities. They united, supporting one another through thick and thin. Their collective strength and unity became a beacon of hope, demonstrating that even in a divided nation, a people can stand together. Reflecting on their past, Chinese immigrants drew lessons and inspiration for the future. The echoes of their struggles and triumphs resonated through generations, fueling a sense of hope and determination. They envisioned a future where their contributions would be recognized and celebrated. Today we are called to remember the sacrifices and achievements of Chinese immigrants. Their legacy is a testament to perseverance and courage. As we honor their journey, we are also called to action, to continue advocating for equality and justice for all. Their story is not just history, it is a living, breathing call to make a difference.